Okay. So this is John Smith, experienced attorney, litigation, intellectual property research. Okay. So this is another example of a resume where all of this stuff is where there's this advertisement at the beginning with all these sorts of things. And again, my opinion, and again, the colors, I don't like all, I think this resume looks good. I like the colors, but I typically recommend not using colors. I don't think all this information is necessary. I think that you want to be very careful with this. This person is employable too, by the way. This person has been at the same firm for 8 years. They are a litigator. That is that. And they have a lot of employment stability, which is great. They've worked in Japan. This is a very good, they went to a good law school. They've got a mechanical engineering. They've got a lot of stuff here, but this stuff I think can come off. Again, you don't want to overburden people with information. And I, by the way, like this stuff, like hike to Machu Picchu, enjoy running. And this is actually cool. This gives people something to talk about. And when you see this, you can tell what type of person this person is. They like hiking and running and half marathons and so forth. That's cool. So you know what they're like. I don't know that even these internships are necessary, but certainly some of that you could leave on if you want. I don't know if you need all this. Again, you want to shorten the stuff up. And then this language, you can see here, you can see when this grammar program comes up, and this isn't even an aggressive grammar program. This is, if you turn in this pro writing aid, you're going to get a lot more stuff. You're going to get spelling and grammar and passive voice versus, so there's a lot of, you can see this thing just lights up like the Tokyo at night. So there's a lot of problems here with writing. If it was me, I would probably take out this. I would take out experienced attorney. I would put, this is really the person's value proposition right here. Yeah, I don't know, but you get the idea. And then whatever the person does here, I would take out all this probably, and then put they were an associate. I wouldn't put I wouldn't call them achievements. I would just put experience. Good people let other people say that they've done achievements. Bad people, I don't mean this in a negative way. Again, people that are average call what they've done achievements. And then this stuff should be, you could probably shorten like this. So all this stuff can be short. And that just looks so much better because then people are going to pay attention to it. This is all, and the thing about all this stuff too is that, and then a lot of times people will put a transaction sheet. But the problem with a lot of these resumes that I'm going through is that you have to remember that a lot of times the people that are reading these, they don't really need all these facts. Obviously, if you've done all these depositions and so forth, if you've led 7 patent infringement cases, they know you've done a lot of this stuff. And then you can make this font smaller. And anyway, so that you get the idea. And then this can be 1 page. And it just looks a lot more impressive. It looks like there's depth. We've got to find out what this person did rather than add all this information. And even though you think you need to say all this stuff, people know that if you've done patent applications, you can always do, for patent attorneys, you can always do an attachment with that information and have that there as well. So this actually, believe it or not, is a much stronger resume than there was there before. If it was me and I was a patent attorney, yeah, you can just do this. And you don't need all these things. It's not, anytime you can just get admitted someplace, becoming a patent attorney, getting admitted is actually a very good thing. But this whole resume, if it was me, I would just have it much shorter. And this, you can put more information than this, but I would really work on making it much shorter than it is, and just doing something along those lines. And then having a transaction sheet that talks a little bit about your patent trials and stuff, because then it makes it look like the person wants to talk to you, and it makes you just look a lot better than it would otherwise. And I don't know how to say that, but here it looks like you have a lot of stability. There's not a lot of fluff. It's very direct. People understand what you do. And this attorney with this cleaned up resume, I personally would work with. They look great. I would probably make this a little bit longer and put some other stuff in there, but you don't really need to make it that much longer. And you could maybe put the fact that the person, you don't even need to say bar memberships. You can just put those at the end. And again, use 1 color. And I don't think the person even needs to say anything about, I would probably put legal experience, non-legal experience, and then the non-legal experience would be if you're an engineer or something prior to going to law school. So otherwise, a good resume. And once you see all this, the person's a patent litigator. If this is a good law firm, that's great. And it's just a much better resume. Okay, Jacob Harris. Okay, this is a great attorney. Actually, I don't know who this person is. I don't see their name, but I was actually at this firm when the person was there. I was a summer associate at this firm.